HHS Theater Company, and my name is Hunter Stevens.
My name is Elijah Chisholm.
My name is Brandon Rodriguez.
My name is Tavian Gilmore.
And we will be reading a stage play entitled The Christmas Troupe. Christmas Day, 1914. My dearest mother.
My darling Meg.
My good friend Charles.
My dear sister Janet.
It's 2 o'clock in the morning and most of our men are asleep in their dugouts.
Yet I could not sleep myself before writing to you of the wonderful events of this Christmas Eve.
In truth, what happened almost seems like a fairy tale. And if I hadn't been through it myself, I would scarcely believe it.
Just imagine, while you and the family sang carols before the fire there in London, I did the same with enemy soldiers here on the battlefield of France.
As I wrote before, there has been very little serious fighting of late. The first battles of the war left so many dead that both sides have held back until replacements can come from home. So we have mostly stayed in the trenches and waited.
But what a terrible waiting it has been. Knowing that at any moment an artillery shell might land and explode beside us, in the trench, killing or maiming several of the soldiers. And in daylight, not daring to lift our heads above the ground for fear of a sniper's bullet.
And the rain, it has fallen almost daily. Of course, it collects right in our trenches where we must bail it out with pots and pans. And with the rain has come mud, a good foot or more deep.
It splatters and cakes everything, and constantly sucks at our roots. One new recruit got his feet stuck in it, and then his hands too. When he tried to get out, it was just like that American story of the tar baby.
Through all this, we couldn't help feeling curious about the German soldiers across the way. After all, they faced the same danger and slogged about in the same muck.
What's more, their first trench was only 50 yards from ours. Between us lay no man's land, bordered on both sides by barbed wire. They were close enough that we sometimes heard their voices.
Of course, we hated them whenever they killed our friends. But other times, we joked about them and almost thought us we had something in common.
And now, feels they felt the same.
Just yesterday morning, Christmas Eve day, we had our first good freeze. Cold as we were, we welcomed it, because at least the mud froze soft.
Everything was tinged white with frost, while a bright sun shone over all. Perfect Christmas weather.
During the day, there was a little shelling or rifle fire from either side. And as darkness fell upon our Christmas Eve, the shooting stopped entirely.
Our first complete silence in months. We hoped it might promise a peaceful holiday, but we didn't count on it. We've been told the Germans might attack and try to catch us off guard.
I went to the dugouts to rest, and lying on my cot, I must have drifted asleep. All at once, my friend was shaking me awake, saying, "Come on and see what the Germans are doing." I grabbed my rifle, stumbled out into the trench, stuck my head cautiously above the sandbag.
I never hoped to see a stranger and more lovely sight. Clusters of tiny lights were shining all along the German line, left and right as far as the eye can see.
What is it? I asked in bewilderment. Someone answered, Christmas trees.
And so it was. The Germans had placed Christmas trees in front of their trenches. They'd light candles or lanterns like beacons of goodwill.
And then we heard their voices raised in song, "Steal not, kill not."
This carol may not be familiar to us in Britain, but one soldier knew it and translated it. Silent night, holy night. I've never heard one lovelier or more meaningful. In that quiet, clear night, its dark softened by a first quarter moon.
When the song finished, men in our trenches applauded. Yes, British soldiers applauding the Germans.
Then one of our own men started singing, and we all joined in singing. The first Noel, the angel did say.
In truth, we sounded not nearly as good as the Germans with their fine harmonies, but they responded with enthusiastic applause of their own, and then began another, "O Tannenbaum, O Tannenbaum."
Then we replied, "O come, all ye faithful."
But this time they joined in, singing the words in Latin. Adeste Fideles.
British and German harmonizing across no man's land. I would have thought nothing could be more amazing. But what came next was more so.
"English, come over," we heard them shout. "You know shoot, we know shoot."
There in the trenches, we looked at each other in bewilderment. Then one of us shouted jokingly, "You come over here!"
To our astonishment, we saw 2 figures rise from the trench, climb over their barbed wire, and advance unprotected across no man's land.
One of them called, "Send an officer to talk."
I saw one of our men lift his rifle to the ready, and no doubt others did the same. But our captain called out, "Hold your fire!" Then he climbed out and went to meet the Germans halfway.
We heard them talk, and a few minutes later, the captain came back with a German cigar in his mouth. We've agreed that there will be no shooting before midnight tomorrow, he announced. But sentries are to remain on duty, as the rest of you will stay alert.
Across the way, we can make out groups of 2 or 3 men starting out of trenches and coming towards us.
then some of us were climbing out too. In minutes more, they'll require no man's land over 100 soldiers and officers of each side, shaking hands with men we've been trying to kill just hours earlier.
Before long, a bonfire was built, and around it we mingled, British khaki and German gray. I must say, the Germans were better dressed, fresh uniforms for the holiday.
Only a couple of our men knew German, but more of the Germans knew English. I asked why that was. Because many of them have worked in England, they said. Before all of this, I was a waiter at the Hotel Cecile. Perhaps I waited your table. Perhaps you did, I said, laughing.
One German told me that he had a girlfriend in London and that the war had interrupted their plans for marriage. I said, don't worry, if you meet by Easter, then you can come back and marry the girl. He laughed at that, then he asked if I'd send her a postcard to give me later, and I promised I would.
Another German had been a porter at Victoria Station. He showed me a picture of his family back in Munich. His older sister was so lovely. I told him I should like to meet her someday. He beamed and said he would like that very much and gave me his family's address.
Even those who could not converse could still exchange gifts. Our cigarettes for their cigars, our tea for their coffee, our corned beef for their sausage. Badges and buttons from uniforms changed odors, and one of our lads walked off, infamous Spike.
I myself traded a jackknife for a leather equipment belt. A fine souvenir to show when I get home.
Newspapers too changed hands, and the German howled laughter at ours. They assured us that France was finished and Russia nearly beaten too.
We told them that was nonsense, and one of them said, will you believe their newspapers and we'll believe ours?
Clearly they are lied to, and after meeting these men, I wonder how truthful our own newspapers have been.
These are not the savage barbarians we've read so much about. They are men with homes and families, hopes and fears, principles, and yes, love of country.
In other words, men like ourselves.
So why are we led to believe otherwise?
As it grew late, a few more songs were traded around the fire, and then all joined in for I Am Not Lying to You, all had long seen you.
Then we parted with promises to meet again tomorrow.
And even to a possible football match.
I was just starting back to the trenches when an older German clutched my arm. My God, he said, why cannot we have peace and all go home? I told him gently, you must ask your emperor. He looked at me then unsearchingly. Perhaps, my friend, but also we must ask our hearts.
And so, dear mother,
Dear wife,
Dear friend,
Dear sister,
tell me, has there ever been such a Christmas Eve in all of history?
and what does it all mean? This impossible befriending of any enemies.
for the fighting here, of course it means we're going to lose. Decent fellows these soldiers may be. They follow orders as we do the same.
besides, we are here to help stop the army and send it home. And never we struck that duty.
Still, one cannot help imagine what would happen if the spirits shown here were caught by the nations of the world.
Of course, disputes must always arise.
But what if our leaders were to offer well wishes in place of mourning?
Songs in place of slurs.
Presents in place of reprisals.
Would not all war end at once?
All nations say they want peace.
Yet on this Christmas morning, I wonder if we want it quite enough.
Yours truly,
Yours always,
Sincerely,
With all my love,
John.
Andrew.
Philip.
Tom.